All right. Hey, what's up, guys? Nsima the Centaur Inyang here, back on the channel. And this is a continuation on the white belt mentality videos. So I know I haven't made a video in there in a while, but I asked you guys on Instagram if you have any jiu-jitsu and lifting questions to let me know, and I can make a video about it for you. I feel like this can allow me to bring content that's useful and may help you out, may help you understand a few things that maybe might not make much sense, but that's what I'm going to be trying to do with this. Now, if you can, it would be great if you liked the video for the YouTube algorithm, because it does help the channel grow if you give it a like. And then also, if you're interested in any other content that I do, I co-host Mark Bell's Power Project. All the information is down in the description. Another podcast called We Don't Know Yet. All the links are down in the description. I also coach people at breakthebar.com, also in the description. But let's get to a question that was asked, and what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to couple two questions together because I think they're really applicable and they can kind of flow pretty well together, okay? Now, the first part of the question comes from Ben P. Mumford on Instagram, and he asked, does having more muscle gas you out faster due to them requiring more oxygen or glycogen, which can be taxing for quick, intense bursts? Okay, that was the first question. And the question I'm gonna add on to this, because I think these things go synergistic together, is you always, and this is from @thebrocon, you always look so calm in these rolling videos, and I noticed one reason may be because you seem to be breathing only from your nose. Do you feel this helps your jiu-jitsu? And do you have any good resources / book recommendations for it? So I'm going to answer the first part, okay? Does having more muscle, or is having more muscle a detriment to you if you're doing jiu-jitsu or martial art like boxing or something like that? My answer to that question is it doesn't in the right circumstances if you do things the right way. So a lot of jiu-jitsu athletes are actually really scared of lifting weights and bulking up because they feel that it may affect their movement, their flexibility, and their mobility in jiu-jitsu. I've made a video on this channel about it, or a little bit about it, but what tends to happen is that guys think that when you gain muscle, you get stiff and you can't move anymore, right? Totally wrong. If you see some of the videos that I have on this channel, I've made videos of starting my jiu-jitsu journey, so in the very beginning, and you can see the way I moved. I was about 265, 270 pounds. I was much stiffer than I am now, and I didn't have the flexibility or the mobility needed to play a lot of positions within jiu-jitsu. Okay, so because number one, I was new, I didn't understand what I was doing, I was tight, I would get gassed very quickly. I'd have to take breaks after every single round. It would be hard to push myself, okay? But after I started working on flexibility and mobility more, that made a big difference in my movement. Now I do a lot of things like inverting. I play a lot of different types of guards. I can sit like this comfortably. Sitting on top of my knees would have never been comfortable in the past. And since a lot of you guys may do the Smooth Panther stretching videos that are on this channel, you know that we can get down into the saddle. We can go down from here. There's a lot of things that can be done when you build some mobility and flexibility. But with that, since I was able to continue and improve my mobility and flexibility, that is not a limitation for me within the martial art of jiu-jitsu. For many individuals, they're very tight, they're not very mobile, they're not very flexible, and because of that, they kind of do suffer in the martial art. But if you actually work on stretching, training that, mobilizing, I have a lot of videos here for free, that will help you out greatly. And if you're a big guy, you don't need to lose muscle, or if you're a smaller guy afraid of gaining muscle and losing your mobility, the thing is all you have to do is maintain it. Just make sure that you're continuing to do the things you usually do as far as flexibility is concerned as you get bigger, and you'll be able to maintain mobility and flexibility. That answers part of that first question. The second part of that first question is about me gassing, and I think this tied in well with the question asked about the calm face that I have during rolling And is it because I'm breathing through my nose? So I talk a lot about breathing through your nose and the Smooth Panther routines that are on this channel. You guys will, if you guys do the Smooth Panther routines, you'll notice that I talk about breathing in and out through your nose. We've done a podcast on Mark Bell's Power Project solely about nasal breathing. If you're interested in some resources that will help you understand more aspects of nasal breathing and things you can do to improve it, I would suggest that you check out Patrick McEwen's book, The Oxygen Advantage. Also check out the podcast that we did with Patrick McEwen, the author of The Oxygen Advantage. That's a very good podcast where we talked a lot about nasal breathing and a lot about his book. And just look up Buteyko breathing on YouTube, and there's going to be a lot of resources that come up. But this actually made a massive difference for my cardiovascular or my cardio tank in jiu-jitsu from when I started to now. When I got the handle of breathing through my nose, the first biggest thing that I noticed is that I was able to calm down. Okay? The calm face or the stoic face you may see me keep in the videos that I post of me rolling in jiu-jitsu are not me trying to be calm. I'm just actually able to stay calm because I'm breathing all in and out through my nose. When people get anxiety and stress, what typically happens? They're not breathing through their nose. They're breathing super fast and super frantic through their mouth. When you watch guys that are rolling in jiu-jitsu, when they start to get tired or when they get in bad positions and they begin to panic, what do? They breathe really fast, in and out through their mouth. But if you're able to breathe, and not just breathe, but within the Oxygen Advantage, Patrick McEwen's book, he doesn't only talk about breathing in and out through the nose, but he also talks about breathing in and out slowly through the nose. It makes a big difference in terms of lowering your heart rate, keeping you calm. And when your heart rate's lower and you're calm, guess what? You're able to think clearer. You're able to move better. You waste less energy. Now, being a big guy, nasal breathing has literally been my secret weapon at progressing at jiu-jitsu. I know it may sound ridiculous, I know it may sound like an exaggeration, but I tell you, learning how to breathe in and out through my nose slowly, calmly, has been the secret weapon in terms of me being able to not ever really gas, because I don't take breaks during jiu-jitsu even when I have some of my harder rolls. I don't stop. I barely ever have my mouth open up even when I'm rolling with very difficult opponents. And it's all because now I have control over my breathing within the martial art because it's in and out through the nose. So that's one of the big reasons that as a big guy that's holding a lot of muscle that takes a lot of energy to move around, consuming a lot of glycogen within a lot of the movements that I'm doing. Even though that's the case, because I have control over my breathing, I'm able to waste less energy, I'm able to utilize oxygen better, and in turn, it allows my endurance to just kind of be really good. Before training nasal breathing, my endurance wasn't that great. But after I got used to it, and it takes time, I don't have a problem. I don't really get gassed anymore. Most of the time, it's my opponent that gets gassed, not me. So, how can you improve nasal breathing? What are some things that maybe you can do today to help you improve at breathing through your nose? Well, one of the things that you should do is you should buy some mouth tape, okay? I have some links below. There's 3M micropore tape that's really, really cheap on Amazon. You can use that. Or there's a brand called Somnifix. They also have a mouth tape, although it is a little bit more expensive. But why am I talking about mouth tape? The reason why I think that and the reason why I actually know and believe you need to use mouth tape is because you're sleeping for 6 to 8 hours. And if your mouth is opening while you're sleeping because either you're snoring, etc., that's a massive part of like your 24-hour period where your mouth is open. Okay, so we want to get used to breathing through the nose, not only when we're going through our day-to-day, walking around, doing tasks, doing all the things we need to do, exercising. We not only want to breathe through our nose during that time, but we want to make sure that we're also taking advantage of the 6 to 8 hours, ideally 8 hours, that you're asleep to breathe through the nose. Mouth tape is essential. Not only will that help you breathe through your nose when you're asleep, but you'll also have better quality sleep, which will aid in better recovery. which is just leads to a massive scope of very, very, very good things. So mouth tape is beneficial. During exercise, whether you're a jiu-jitsu athlete, you're a bodybuilder training in a gym, or you're a powerlifter, do your best to breathe through your nose with whatever it is that you're doing. During cardio sessions or jiu-jitsu, breathe through your nose as much as you can. If you need to let the mouth fall open, take some breaths through your mouth to calm yourself down, and then once again start breathing through your nose. Okay, it's okay to let your mouth fall open every now and then, especially when things get very intense, but do your best for the majority of the time that you're rolling to breathe through your nose. Maybe a little bit difficult at first, but after some time, not only will you find that you're able to stay so much calmer, so much clearer, have so much more decisive movement, but also your gas tank's gonna go from here and it's slowly gonna go through here, and then all your gym buddies gonna be like, oh, look at him, he doesn't even look like he's trying. Oh dude, that's so badass, blah, blah, blah. Everyone's gonna be thinking that you have some, magic, whatever, but you just breathe through your nose. This was meant for breathing, not this. So, homies, both of you guys that asked that question, I thank both of you for bringing that question to me, because I believe that information is going to help a lot of the viewers of this channel to start nasal breathing, to get some mouth tape, and to start improving their cardiovascular efficiency. Seriously, when I started breathing through my nose, I use this Whoop strap. My resting heart rate is typically now around 52 to 55. There are times that it goes down to 50 in terms of my resting heart rate. Then it used to be around 65 to 67, so my resting heart rate has gone down because I'm able to breathe slower. It's making a continuous big difference over time. And I'm 240 pounds, okay? Usually guys gas at my weight like that. So, shoot, if it can help me, I guarantee you guys that it can help you, okay? Now, if you guys have any more questions for me, I want you to comment them down below. I'm going to make videos to answer your questions for you as it pertains to life, as it pertains to martial arts, as it pertains to the gym. Anything you want to ask, let it be reasonable. Ask me in the comment section below, and I want to make a video for you guys for it within this White Belt Mentality series. So I thank you guys for viewing this channel, watching this channel. I hope that you give it a like, because it helps the YouTube algorithm. Ask questions down below. Check out the Smooth Panther videos. Check out the podcasts I do on Mark Bell's Power Project and We Don't Know Yet on all podcast platforms. I coach people at www.breakthebar.com, and that's it. This is Nsima the Centaur Inyang from breakthebar.com, being Anomaly, and I'll talk to all of you very, very soon.